Here is our case study of the HAF Program 2021 with Bradford Council using the Community Data Platform. The Holiday Activity and Food Program had a number of ends. Working with Bradford Council, we wanted to make sure that we could get the most out of this opportunity. We provided a data dashboard for the council and a community app for the parents to access all the activities. We worked with 106 organizations, 6 participating schools, and collected 3,813 events over 47 days of activities. Our reporting covered a number of areas. To start with, catchment areas. 42 HAF sessions took place in 28 parks across the city during every day of the 6-week of holidays. When we mapped these, we could add a 20-minute catchment walking area around every park. And that showed us how many people were within those catchment areas. We see 72% of all Bradford population and 88% of free school meal pupils were within 20 minutes of a park where an activity took place. We then looked at what the schools were doing with the HAF program. 94 schools supported providers by signposting free school meal children to their provision. We can find that over 95% of free school meal pupils were within 20 minutes walk from a school hosting activities. When we look at this in more detail, we start seeing the density of activities. The darker the color, the more activities there are. In the second section, we are looking at the gap analysis, where we see that there are areas which are very dark, where there is an undersupply of organizations in relation with how many free school meals pupils there are. And in the areas where it is very light, there is an oversupply of organizations. We similarly assess undersupply of activities themselves in relationship to the number of free school meal pupils. So now we go into more detail and have a look at wards where activities took place. We can see that there are areas where there are a high number of free school meal pupils, together with high numbers of activities. Equally, we see areas where there are high levels of free school meals pupils, but only a few activities. The distribution of activities is not proportionate of where free school meal pupils are actually living. Further, we analyze the exact amount of activities to be reduced or increased in each ward to overcome this gap in the distribution of activities. This allows for provision of more free school meals in areas which need them, whilst reducing the cost and improving access. We then looked at the 106 organizations involved with HAF program, and we can see how many activities each one of them undertook during the whole holiday period. 2 organizations exceeded everybody else. In both cases, activities were undertaken. Some at different times and at different dates, and the others all at one time in the day. So we have a granular understanding of which organizations are doing which activities, and what was the distribution of activities over the course of the holiday and their timings. We further looked into the undersupply of areas where not enough activities took place. These are the ones highlighted in blue. When we look at those in a little more detail, we can see what each of them did. How many activities took place, against how many free school meal pupils lived there, and how many organizations were based there. We lastly provided an app for the parents to use, in order to access all the activities that were going on around them. By being able to see which events had free meals, and how far every event was away from them, it helped encourage people to engage with the program. And by having a buddying system, they could connect with their friends from the same year or school. The program created a whole series of outcomes which are now being used to refine and improve the program. And for the next steps, we will improve the system in order to help ensure that there is a more efficient ways of uploading and creating the activities, communicating them, raising engagement and interaction with the parents and the children. We hope you find the Community Data Platform useful for your HAF program, and please don't hesitate to get in touch if we can help.